So in this video, we're going to review Paradise Outdoor Living before and after. They are a deck screen company and they do outdoor, they build outdoor spaces. So fireplaces, pergolas, pools, that kind of thing, and screen rooms. So this is their current site, not much to it, pretty basic, ginormous logo, phone number, and we're gonna click through. This is their decks. This is kind of their, I guess, one of their examples, and they have a list of some things that they offer related to decks. Not a ton of examples. When you go to the screen enclosures page, you see like they're prompting you for what do you want? Do you want the this or that? And you know, this is a little bit, in our experience, this is a little bit too early to show this kind of thing. This is the kind of thing you would do on like on the second conversation or once you meet them, you know, on site. And if you click on screen enclosures, then you have like these are their actual gallery of actual screen rooms. So all different shapes and sizes and colors and all kinds of stuff that they've done. I think they have 21 different galleries. Not galleries, examples here. And then see, when you click on complete outdoor transformation, you'll see they have kind of like a screen room, deck, and like patio that they built. Built some paver kind of screen room and some outdoor space stuff here. And then they have like kind of like a patio kitchen, kind of a pool, some green space, outdoor shower, and some other like outdoor kind of partially covered pool, and kind of a cold plungy pool. So that's kind of what they do now. Not a lot. It's kind of hard to get around. Everything's kind of spaced out. And what we're going to do is I'm going to shift real quick, and we're going to take a look at the example of what we built, and we're going to show you like a huge, massive before and after. So as we shift here, you'll see this is the Paradise Outdoor Living logo, and we kind of broke it down into very specific things: decks, screen rooms, outdoor spaces, with a click to call to action and then get a quote. And as you are like noticing, they do a lot of things, right? So like let's show that, let's showcase that. And our two you know, our pet peeve is no more than about 4 different links, 4 to 5. So we have 3 navigation links, a phone number, and then a get a quote. Always, always, always in the top right, we want a get a quote. We want that to be the main primary call to action. That's it, just main primary call to action. And as we scroll down, you'll see we have the 3 services: the custom decks, the screen rooms, and the outdoor spaces, and then another primary like call to action, right? Button, you click that, and then in the footer here we have their contact information that you can click on to call them. Their 3 services: about us, contact, and blog, and then you have like the service areas. Now, just like most of our contractor websites we build, we always have a service area listed, and at some point we end up making these clickable so that someone search for custom decks Nashville, custom decks Murfreesboro, or screen room, you know, Nolensville, screen room Hermitage, any of these, mix and match every possible combination of every service to every basic city. We end up building out a whole bunch of landing pages so that if the client ever wants to do some ad spend and get additional traffic, we're sending them to high qualified traffic to high qualified matching landing pages. We're not just sending them to some random landing page. If we click on screen rooms, you'll go back up. This is kind of, decks was our first one. You'll see we have a photo here, kind of the brands they work with, a little button here to request a quote, and then we go right into the gallery. These are very, very important that you showcase your work. Clients want to know, hey, have you done what I'm asking you to build? And I don't want to just take your word for it. I want to see examples of what you built, right? And obviously, the more complex, the more a big concern that would be. They certainly don't want you to be a handyman trying to build something outside your comfort zone, outside something you're not capable of. The other thing here is comment questions is very, very highly recommended. What are the main questions so that when they call you, when they do reach out, all these questions are already answered and they're ready to come take a look. It's super important to have customer testimonials, customer reviews specific to what you're working on. In this case, what we did was we kind of highlighted when they're talking about incredible multi-level deck, or they're talking about their composite deck, or their new deck. Like all that is specific to the decks page, right? So we're looking at the decks. Here's the gallery. Here's some questions. Here's some customer reviews. And then, of course, the call to action at the bottom is call us, book an appointment, right? Let's take a look at the screen room. Same type of thing where we have fresh air without the bugs, kind of a call to action here, and then have some various examples that we were able to take off their old website. We did hide a few that had like, actually there's one here that has some construction debris. Typically we like these to be clean, ready to go, kind of showroom worthy type photos. And then again, the frequently asked questions is not across the board. It's specific to the screen room itself, right? Do you offer financing? Even if you don't offer financing, it's good to say yes. We can, make a recommendation to a bank or someone you can kind of put them in touch with. You don't ever want to just say no and leave it as a hard no, even if at a minimum they put 10,000 or something on their credit card, something that you're not just leaving them with a no. And then again, here, customer reviews, screen room, screen porch, right? So these are all specific to, the reviews are all specific to the service we're looking at. Outdoor spaces, same thing. If I click on this, got a pretty extensive outdoor space here that was built here. Pergolas, covered, outdoor kitchens, fire pits, built-in seating, some water features, right? All kinds of things that they can do. This is like a pretty elaborate, lighted, layered garden area. And then, of course, we have pools and the cold plunge and some other things. And then finally, if you look at the footer here, you'll notice About Us. And About Us, this is always super important. Most people jump past this, but people want to know, well, who am I dealing with, right? If you have a website with no face on it, they want to make sure you can speak English, right? You're not Espanol only. And so this is owned by a husband and wife, right? Obviously, they look happy together. And then, as you all know, there's what makes you unique, right? What makes you stand out. And that's kind of people don't want to see, they want to know who they're actually dealing with. And this right here will be a big determination of whether they call you or not. If you have just a generic About Us with no photo, no nothing, no idea who you are, that's going to be kind of a challenge, right? And then we have a Contact Us page, and we usually build out the Get a Quote. Typically, it's sometimes we do about half the time we build out a separate page for Get a Quote. But the idea here is we're going to connect this and throw this into a like a CRM. Yep. So anyways, that's kind of the before and after. Again, here's the beginning, kind of the before, and here is our after.